Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Waniro Gaming. I am Waniro. So, in the last video, I mentioned how it was my first video. And while I was working with it, I also mentioned that I ran through with a few problems. And so, kind of as a reference for the future, in case I ever try to check back on this, I think I'll go and record what are the few problems that I ran into and how I've solved those problems, and what problems I still have that I'll be looking into the future. And furthermore, this is also kind of an update video. I'm going to talk about where the channel is going, what I'm doing right now, and what we'll be seeing in the coming weeks. So, first of all, the first problem I ran into was sound. This is a common problem. Sound is kind of the first thing a lot of new YouTubers get stuck with, so I've heard. The setup was kind of complicated, trying to figure out how sound capture worked. Apparently, when you have sound set up for PC gaming, it's sound set up here in your advanced folder. If you try to listen from like your headphones, so try to have one of these on, I had a scenario where I was hearing it twice. And so I solved it just by turning off the headphones, but now the headphones are back on, and for some reason, I don't hear that double. So, God knows why that's happening, but yeah. No longer hearing two voices at once in my head. That's a good thing. The second problem with sound I ran into was skipping. Anyone who watched the first video I made may have noticed that. So I'm not really sure what's been causing the skipping. Some have suggested to me that perhaps it's the graphics card. That the graphics card is working overtime and it's kind of lagging a bit. But my graphics card's like not bad. It's medium quality, and I wasn't in the highest quality settings when I was playing WoW. So I think it's more likely to say that it's probably RAM. I don't have a lot of it. So that's definitely something I'm going to be looking into in the future. The final thing is the playback. So one of the things I noticed when I was working with these recordings is that whenever I play a video and then I try to listen back to it, first of all, when you hit the recording button, it cuts out the first few seconds after you hit it. And when you hit again to stop it, it'll cut out the first few seconds after you stop it. So you can find yourself with like a sentence cut off if you don't give yourself like a millisecond to work with. Furthermore, down here, we have this kind of voice bar thing, emulator, I guess it's called, that shows you how loud you're being. I couldn't figure out how loud I was being from here compared to the headphones. Thankfully, I was lucky. The first one was actually pretty good. I guess about here is a good place you want to be for how loud you should be. But yeah, when I was playing the game, I wasn't sure about that. So when I set up the video, I wasn't sure if it'd be too loud, but it works out pretty well. The second thing is the mic position. I have this big old mic in my face. It's not super big. It's actually relatively cheap, like $45, little thing. It's on a tiny little pedestal, but it is kind of it does take some getting used to having this mic in between my arms, making it so I can't see my keyboard, and just kind of having to look over to the left and to the right a little bit to look down. It's also a little too close to me, which I didn't know. I have a filter on front of it to stop it from hearing my breath, but you can actually hear my breath in the first video because it was just so close to my face, regardless of the filter. So that's something I had to work with. That's something I had to work around. Next problem I have was editing saves. So I can't show it here because I'm in the middle of recording. So I don't think if I hit edit right now, I think the recording stops. That's how this works, right? I don't want that. So I could be wrong. I'll find that out later, but I'm not going to risk it right now because I don't want the video to stop in the middle. But basically, whenever I would go to editing, there is a scene right here where the video file would be, and you can cut out parts of your video here. And I was originally pretending to cut out like the opening where I had this screen before, and I was working with the settings before I started the video. I was also planning to cut out the part where I was a ghost for much of the time and was walking all the way back to my body because I died twice in the last video. And yeah, I found that when I deleted it, for some reason when I uploaded the video, the old stuff stayed in even though I cut it out. I'm assuming that either there's a save button that I forgot to click, I thought it was an automatic save, or maybe when I encode it, it uses the whole file, so I'm supposed to encode it first with Handbrake and then edit the file. Could be either or, I'm not sure. But I'll figure that out. Finally, let's actually get to the encoding part. The third thing I found out was encoding itself. And encoding is basically the idea of taking a file that's much bigger and shrinking it down so that when I throw it onto YouTube, the upload time isn't forever. The first thing has unfinished. Would you like to recover these? Sure. The first thing that I uploaded before was 36 gigabytes, I want to say. And then when it was a 2-hour video, and then when I threw it through this thing, it threw it down into 4 gigabytes. So that was very helpful. Speaking of editing, I didn't know that YouTube, apparently, if you go to a video past 15 minutes, you have to go find and ask for permission. So that's the thing I'm definitely doing from now on. And I did give permission, so I can put up longer videos as I wish. And I'm definitely running through pretty much everything through Handbrake, because even with a 4 gigabyte file, that dumb 4 gigabyte file still took like 6 hours to upload. So wow, yeah. Now I know why people sometimes have 2 computers at once when they're uploading and making videos. Let's see. So that's it for really the updates so far. Those are the problems I've been running into. I'm going to work on them by myself. If you have a suggestion on how to get around some of those, or to a cause as to like what could be causing the skipping that maybe I'm just not thinking about, or if I'm completely wrong, you can talk about those in the comments below. Let's talk about the schedule. So I'm a college student, and this week I have some exams that are coming up. So I have to spend a bit of time working on those exams, and that by itself wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for the fact that 2 weeks after this week, so 3 weeks from now, I'm doing finals. So I'm a very busy bee trying to juggle the job hunt with the finals with the YouTube channel. So what I think I'm going to do is that even though this is a channel about gaming, I still haven't set it up for like having a thumbnail. I still haven't set it up for having artwork in the back. I still haven't set up an opening, which I really wanted to make. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make it on the channel. You guys will see me draw out some of the characters I'm going to work with, and there won't be any sound. There's just going to be some music played in the background maybe. And it's not going to be a very complex or very difficult video, but it should save me time so I can get my work done. And then once my work's done, I'll be able to go back to making videos with more commentary. Okay, so that's all, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe and like if you liked the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.